This podcast serves as a platform for sharing personal Christian life experiences. Rather than providing formal theological instructions, while we affirm our belief in Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior who died for our sins and was resurrected, the primary focus is on our personal narratives. We hope you enjoy the show. Forgive yourself. In fact, the law requires that nearly everything be cleansed with blood, and without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness.
Luke chapter 17, verses 1 through 10. Jesus said to his disciples, "Things that cause people to stumble are bound to come, but woe to anyone through whom they come. It would be better for them to be thrown into the sea with a milestone tied around their neck than to cause one of these little ones to stumble. So watch yourselves. If your brother or sister sins against you, rebuke them. And if they repent, forgive them. Even if they sin against you 7 times in a day and 7 times come back to you saying, 'I repent,' you must forgive them." The apostles said to the Lord, "Increase our faith." He replied, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, 'Be uprooted and planted in the sea,' and it will obey you. Suppose one of you has a servant plowing or looking after the sheep. Will he say to the servant when he comes in from the field, 'Come along now and sit down to eat'? Won't he rather say, 'Prepare my supper, get yourself ready and wait on me while I eat and drink, after you may eat and drink'? Will he thank the servants because he did what he was told to do? So you also, when you have done everything you were told to do, should say, 'We are unworthy servants. We have only done our duty.'" Welcome back to the Christian-ish podcast. It's Ashley.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. As the beautiful young Ashley Angelina mentioned to y'all, it is the Christian-ish podcast, your favorite Christian lifestyle podcast. And I am your host, Kamari A. White. I like I said A. White. Not like A. White, like I'm A. White. Well, I actually am A. White because... Anywho, y'all. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Christians podcast, man. Today's date is October the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. 14th? Oh, I thought it was a 3. All right, October the 14th, man. Look, we halfway through October, y'all. We're halfway through October. We about to be in fall festival season. It's gonna be It's gonna be a lot of pumpkin spice, a lot of hay rides, pumpkin pies, pecan pies. I see why gaining weight is crazy in the wintertime now.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of good eating.
Did you said apple pie, right?
I did not say apple pie.
That's what they usually eat.
Is apple pie year round?
I don't know.
I don't. When I think of apple pie, I don't think of apple pie being a seasonal pie.
They think about the different seasonal drinks they come up with.
Apple cider.
Oh yeah, apple cider.
Yeah, it's right. That's seasonal.
Yeah.
Eggnog.
Oh, I saw the eggnog. I was like, "Why is the eggnog out?" I saw that
come
yesterday.
around. Yeah, it come around soon and sooner.
Yesterday.
It comes around sooner and sooner every year. It's
I
sooner and
used to
sooner.
only see it around like November, December, and that's it.
Yeah. But what's up, y'all? Hey, we got to welcome everybody to the show. Like I said, Ashley Angelina's to the left of me. Myself, Kamari A. White. Kamora back on production. Yo, welcome to the Christianist podcast. As I mentioned, this is your favorite Christian lifestyle podcast where we are only here to share with you our Christian life experiences. Now, on to the show. Ashley, you just had a weekend.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
I had a good weekend.
Tell me about it. Did you
So
rest and watch movies?
I did. I rested. I watched movies. We watched 3 movies. I don't think we finished the third.
I wasn't really fun. By the time the third movie came on, I was already trying to make get out the house plans.
I noticed. I was like, why he got me watching this movie here on his phone? That's what I was thinking the whole time. But we watched 2 good movies. We watched Alice, which is with Keke Palmer and Common.
I don't know how I missed that movie. I think the movie came out in 2022 or 2021.
You were sleeping. That's why you sleeping on it.
So I'm not a big Keke Palmer fan. And I think that's why. But I don't mind Keke Palmer now. Mm-hmm. But back then I wasn't a big Keke Palmer fan, so I think if I seen a movie where Keke Palmer was starring as an actress in it, I bypassed it. And I think it could have been that.
That movie was pretty good. I instantly knew what was going on after she ran away from her owner.
You knew what was going on before she ran away from her owner.
Yeah, I'm like,
which was crazy.
I was like, ain't no way. Because I felt like it was suspect. It was like key things in the movie where the owner, that's what we're going to call it, even though it was well over, he had took these clothes and some shoes. And I was wondering, where's he going with those clothes and the shoes? And he ended up bringing his son back. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. He should have had clothes and shoes on already. Like, why is he doing that? And then I remember later on, he's like, I really want to go home. And I was like, back then, I don't feel like there was no co-parenting thing going on back then. And for sure, the husband and wife was in the same household. There wasn't no going back and forth because they didn't do that back then. So that wasn't adding up to me. And that's how I knew. And then when she ran out of those woods and she was in the street and that semi-truck was coming, I said, ain't no semi-trucks was back then.
Look, semi-truck coming and a black man driving, listen to some Al Green. That's a hold on now. What kind of slave remover is this?
I was like, I know she ain't go through no time machine. And just to come to find out, they was being played.
Yep.
Ain't nobody in slavery no more. Like, but how did they let that go on? The only way that they could let that go on is if they grew up there and, you know, the owner lied to them from the time that slaves became free all the way up to the current, 1972, 1973.
Yeah.
They had to been lying for decades.
Yeah.
And because it was their own town.
You said 1918.
No, because they're in the current time at that time was 1972.
Okay. Yeah.
They had been lied to for decades. Like, how do you not know you're not in slavery no more? It's because the owners in that town, they kept their little town. They said, hey, we gonna lie to these people. We gonna let them know they slaves, okay? They don't need to know the outside world. Let's keep it in this time so we can keep them without letting them know. So they didn't have no microwaves. They didn't have no ovens. Whatever they
TVs.
They ain't had no TVs.
Look, and
no
then
radios.
That blew my mind when she escaped out, and then they was in the car listening to 8-track, and then when they just started looking at color TV, I'm like, wait, hold on.
She was just so astonished.
But listen, we don't want to spoil it for y'all. Go watch the movie. Good. It's called Alice. It's on Netflix. It's starring Common and Keke Palmer.
I like
Hey,
Common.
go check it out. All right. What else you got for the weekend recap? You gave a movie review, not a weekend recap.
Oh, it was that good to me. But we watched another movie. Because Alice was so good, I don't forget what the other movie was. But that movie it was okay. We watched another movie.
We watched the movie prior to. Well, we watched the movie Friday night. We watched the movie Friday night, and we watched the movie Saturday. A couple of movies Saturday. We did a lot of movies. We watched movies, y'all. Hey,
and they were good.
Matter of fact, we watched movies on Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime Netflix has been slacking. I'm not gonna hold you. Netflix has been slacking.
But Alice was on Netflix.
Alice was on Netflix, but Alice is also an older movie on Netflix. Yeah. Like, for some good new movies to watch, I would Amazon Prime and Paramount. I don't have Paramount, so I can't say what movies to go watch on there, but I be seeing previews of, like, Paramount movies. They be looking really good. Mm-hmm. And then, what's the Apple one called? Apple iMovie, whatever.
Apple TV.
Apple TV. Yeah, Apple TV be having some good movies previewing as well. And, yeah, I never watched them. I don't have an Apple subscription because I am Team Android and refuse to go that way. But they do have some interesting movies that I would not mind checking out.
Other than that, after like a movie marathon, we went to bowling. We went bowling with Chanel.
Ooh, you snitched on us.
Ooh. That's why it broke my nose. Yeah.
We went bowling.
And it hurt so bad.
We went bowling. Let's see. I won the second game. Ashley didn't win no games.
I almost won the last game.
I was so disappointed in myself because I came out strong the third game. I came out strong. I should have won that game. I don't know what happened. Hey, next time y'all have a bowling competition, I'm ready, man. I figured out my form. I figured out my release.
I
So if
figured
you
out what
listening
I
to this,
need.
if you listening to this, and you know who I'm talking to, because last time we was together, what happened. So I'm ready.
I'm gonna bring a pack of band-aids to the bowling alley next time because they give me superpowers. Because once I put my band-aid on my nail, I was like the best bowler ever.
Yeah.
But then the bowling ball took my darn band-aid. I was like, "You're rude." It
So
went
somebody at the
rolling
bowling,
down the
look,
alley.
somebody at the bowling alley gonna have a Band-Aid ball.
I literally saw it fall on the lane though. It's not in the bowling ball anymore.
Yeah.
And that would be payback to those people who kept stealing our balls.
Oh my good. What kind of
Forgive
bowl? They
them.
have no bowling like etiquette at all.
No, and
Like,
they don't go when it's their turn. Like they don't wait.
they don't wait. They'll take your ball. Like, just 'cause we sharing lanes don't mean we sharing balls. These balls were here before you got here. But yeah, I don't know what kind of etiquette they got. You don't come up and grab balls that was currently being used. I mean, if you do, you ask, hey, can I use this ball? This is my size. Can I use it? But that's why I got to get my own ball. If you got your own ball, then you can actually argue, hey, I'm using that ball. This is my ball.
It
You
has
can't really,
my name on it.
you can't be at like a venue or a bowling alley and just claiming a ball to be yours when
I
it's
don't
clearly
even
not
know
yours.
what it would be like to have my own ball.
I bowl with some guys that got their own balls. I know.
It would be amazing.
They come out. Listen, it is because like the ball it's not warped, it's not damaged. The finger holes are like they
Perfect
fit it
for
for
your
you.
finger.
Yeah, everything is perfect.
Yeah, I would definitely have my name engraved on it. Oh, I mean,
It's not. Like, when I went the last time I went bowling, I actually looked to actually get myself my own ball, and I mean $200, and that includes ball, getting it cut, and like all the other stuff. It's gonna run you about $200.
Okay.
But anywho, wow. I mean, my weekend recap was your weekend recap, so I don't have to repeat it. I'll go through it real fast anyway.
Oh, you forgot that good grilled food you made.
Oh, so Saturday I hopped on the grill. So Saturday I get on the grill. We was sitting here watching movies for so long on Saturday that time was just going by, and I'm like, yo, Ashley, what we gonna have for dinner? And of course, like always, man, you should listen. You should listen to the sermon this morning, right? The sermon this morning. We didn't go to church today's Sunday. We didn't go to church, but I still tuned in online because it was a really good series that I did not want to miss out. And they talked about family, right? Hand me that black pad, come on, Ashley, if you can.
I'll get it. Hold on.
So they talked about family, right? And this is the part 2 series to family. And it was so funny because they were just talking about how like families are always busy and things like that. But the title of it was Family's Always Busy. And they was talking about how to build a family and how to build a healthy family relationship. And then one of the best ways on how to build a healthy family relationship is to learn how to build a healthy family relationship on the go. And then of course they read from Deuteronomy, right? And basically it was a funny little moment in there because they was just talking about how like families always feud over the craziest things that can be so annoying and nobody never realized how annoying it is. And the first thing he said that stood out to me was, hey, what are we having for dinner tonight? And I thought about Ashley because Ashley always asks me, hey, what do you want to eat for tonight? I'm like, I don't know. And then I ask her, and we never realize how annoying it can be until you hear somebody else say, yeah, that's so annoying when somebody asks me what's for dinner tonight.
Yeah. I don't never know what I want for dinner. Can we go to the store and look?
But yeah, so
Figure it out.
Went to the farmer's market. We got to the farmer's market. I had in mind, I actually wanted some flank steak. Mm-hmm. But I didn't see any over there, so that's why I ended up getting the wings and the pork rib tips. Mm. And they were really good. Matter of fact, once this show ends, I'm probably gonna go up there and make me a plate.
Dang.
But that's it, man. That was the weekend recap, man. Now we on to the show, Ashley. Forgive yourself. How important is it to forgive yourself, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of us struggle with trying to forgive others, and we can't forgive others because we never forgave ourselves. Yeah, so it's important to forgive ourselves. And today, me and Miss Angelina over here, we're going to go through some scenarios, some scriptures on how to actually forgive ourselves and talk about things that we have, talk about things that we done that we didn't like, right? And we're going to try to move through them and teach you how to move through them as well. Ashley is going to start off reading from Matthew 7, verse 3 through 4. Verse 3 through 5. Matthew 7, 3 through 5.
Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the plank out of your eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye.
All right, so we talk about brothers and sisters a lot because I think when we opened it up and we read from Luke, we read from forgive your brother and your sister. No, we did not. Okay, we were supposed to. I chose not to read that. But anyway, so forgive. How do you interpret that sawdust in your brother's eye and paying no attention to the plank in your own eye? Give me your interpretations of it.
It's like how
In real life.
How can you
In real life situations, though. Give me a real
I
life
know.
situation. Okay.
I'm trying to figure it out. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank? I would say, let's say I'm the older sister, and
Remember, we all brothers and sisters of Christ, so it can be like work scenario. It can be like grocery store scenario. You ain't gotta use work. I mean, you gotta use like actual relative situation.
oh, I was just thinking like, let's say I'm an older sister, I have a younger sister,
Yep.
and I'm like, girl, why you struggling over there? You need some help? I can help you with that homework. And then I'm struggling with my own homework. How I'm gonna help her?
Okay.
That's what I got.
I see what you're trying doing. I got you. I follow you. Pretty much, you're saying like you trying to ask somebody else if they need help. Meanwhile, you need to be helping yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a perfect example. Like example I got right. Just off the top of my head, me thinking something. I should have been thinking something while you was talking, but I was too busy trying to worry about what you was doing. Kind of a perfect example, right?
Yeah.
So, let's see. So, oftentimes when I'm like going out and doing certain things, I'll critique what somebody else is doing when I'm not even like doing exactly what I need to be doing.
Yeah.
That's like the perfect example of like the sawdust, because the sawdust. Anybody that ever did like woodmanship or whatever it is, you know, sawdust is like dust. It's really fine. It's really small, and pretty much the way they're breaking it down is you're worried about the sawdust in his eye, but meanwhile you got a plank, and everybody know what a plank is. A plank is way larger than just sawdust. Dang. So you're worried about something that's so small with somebody else. Meanwhile, you got this big old obstacle in your eye stopping you from seeing, right? Mm-hmm. So pretty much when it goes to forgiveness, we oftentimes always point out somebody else's flaws and be like, you need to fix this, you need to fix that. But meanwhile, you ain't even fixed yourself yet. So that's the crazy part about forgiving. Like, how can you expect yourself to forgive somebody else when you haven't forgiven yourself for your own wrongdoings or whatever?
Same thing goes for loving somebody else.
Oh, yeah, for sure. What's the saying?
You can't love somebody else if you don't love your own self.
Yep. So, one of the keynotes that I put in of quick like conversations to have, as far as like forgiving yourself. I was like, what's going on? All right. So one of the key conversation points that I put in is failed goals, because oftentimes in life we deal with situations where we had goals set up, but our goals didn't work out, and we'll beat ourselves up. How many times have you beat yourself up because you didn't meet a goal or something like that?
Or quick to blame, it's because such and such did this and I couldn't get to do what I needed to do. Yep. And it's really yourself.
It's really yourself, you're right. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to self goals, right, one of the best things to do when you're actually trying to get through a goal, and if you failed it, trying to get through. When you failed that goal, is you gotta own up. You know what? Hey, there's always tomorrow. You gotta forgive yourself. You just can't beat yourself up every day because you didn't graduate college in 4 years, or you can't beat yourself up because you wasn't promoted for that position within that year, mm-hmm. or On to the next one, failed relationships and friendships, right? So when it comes to failed relationships, like a lot of women, right? I know I can speak on I'm speaking on women, but I'm not sure about women.
In relationships, you always be like, well, you'll be quick to blame the other person for the failed relationship or friendship, but you also got to take a look at yourself, because sometimes it'll be multiple relationships or friendships failed, and you can't keep blaming the other person. Obviously, there's something going on with you.
Yeah, but
if people are scurrying away or just giving up because of you.
But not even that. Like I'm on the side of forgiving yourself. So like when it comes to a relationship, a lot of times if the relationship doesn't even work out, right? You got to reflect and like not beat yourself up. Like 'cause a lot of people they'll often get mad. I shouldn't have called so much. I shouldn't have been so. I shouldn't have been so. What's that word I'm looking for when you just attached? I shouldn't have been so attached. They just go down the list of things like they shouldn't have done. Right? I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. When it's just like, hey man, you just gotta realize like life is going life, and you just can't beat yourself up so much. But a lot of times, people will be upset and hold a grudge at their own self about failed relationships and failed friendships. But and then on to wrongdoing, because you mentioned before that in a relationship you got to look at yourself for what you done wrong. So when it comes to the wrongdoing part, like you gotta, I guess, not beat yourself up for the wrongdoing that you done or caused.
Forgive yourself and make some tweaks in your own self improvements.
Yep. What else you got?
I see you put
We done. I'm talking about with wrongdoing.
Wrongdoing to others. Ooh. When you do somebody wrong, it's kind of hard to come back. Though.
But you know what's crazy? And this is so interesting. This is like perfect for this conversation, right? Okay, so a long time ago in life, I done somebody wrong, right? And now that I got older, I'm in my 30s, I wanted to reach out to them to apologize for the things I had done wrong to them, right? Yeah.
That's big. It's a lot.
It's big, but it's also selfish thinking, right? Because you only want to apologize to them for your gain, but it's gonna make you feel better, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I remember I was talking to a friend. I was like, "Yo, I'm trying to reach out to such and such, try to apologize for something I done wrong," and they don't want to talk to me. And they was like, "Well, how you know they haven't moved on and they don't care about it anymore?" They're like, "You reaching out and apologize, that's not for them. That's for you."
And that might make something resurface as well.
Well, not even. It can resurface, yeah.
They said they probably ain't even think about that no more.
Yeah, they ain't thinking about that no more. Like, they moved on. Like, you trying to do this for yourself. And when you trying to when you think apologizing is going to help somebody else, it's not for them. It's for yourself personally. So when you grow up and you start maturing and you want forgiveness, like, you think that asking somebody for forgiveness is what's going to benefit them. But no, it's actually just for you. And you need to look within yourself and ask yourself to be forgiven for what you done to them. Like, I forgive myself for what I done for you. Like, this is a internal conversation that you need to have with yourself and not with somebody else. That's how I see that part.
Wow.
All right, body shaming.
Ooh, body shaming.
My God, that's America's problem. We all body shame.
I know. I do this all the time. I be mad. I was like, man, I shouldn't have ate all that food when I was pregnant. Rawr. I wouldn't be where I am if I wasn't being so greedy. Eating the whole grocery store up on my darn lunch break.
So you body shame yourself?
Yeah.
Eating the whole grocery store up on your lunch break?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Indies, you know what I was eating.
What's it? Indies.
Yeah. I used to be eating everything. That was body shaming myself and not forgiving myself. To this day, I'm mad at myself for just eating ruthlessly and blaming it on pregnancy. Oh, I'm pregnant. I'm eating for two. No, you're eating for yourself, and your body just nourishes the baby. Yeah. You don't have to eat a million things all at once in one sitting. Yeah. And that becomes a habit later on in life. Is you're just eating. You're full, but you're still eating.
Grubbing hard.
Yep.
But I don't know. I body shame myself more now as I try to be more health conscious versus when I wasn't health conscious.
And I see it all the time, but
Yeah.
I don't understand. I'm like, you look good. You look good to me. And
It's about self.
I know it's about self, but
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I think I told you got body dysmorphia because
So mean. She told me that one day I was at work.
he
And I was in the middle of my job trying to do my jobly activities, and then I had to sit there and be sad because now I was told I got what was it called?
Dysmorphia?
Dysmorphia. I was so sad that day, y'all.
It's like you see yourself different than other people see you. And I really see Kamari, like, he, for whatever reason, he feels like he's fat. But he just don't know. He came a long, long way. He looks good. He looks so good. Like, you did get down really, really small.
And I did not like that one.
Yeah.
I ain't like that one.
I was like, eat something. You're getting really small.
I had to put that way back on.
Yeah.
But I feel like I found the perfect medium. And no, yeah, it was a little bit before the extra gain.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, so I deal with that. I body shame myself, so I have to learn how to forgive myself and not hold myself in such high regard. So just not hold myself in a place of like beat myself up because of what I've done to myself. Because at the end of the day, this is our temple. We got to take care of it, right? So you understand why you're upset with yourself, but at the same time, you got to learn how to move past being upset with yourself. You can't always be upset with yourself. Even when it comes to think about a child, right? When a kid, when they strive to score 100 on their test and they only get a 85 or a 95, it's like, darn, I could have done that better. And they beat yourself up about it.
Yeah.
Like, you got to learn how to forgive yourself. We're talking to our kid now, y'all. Like, we got to learn how to forgive ourselves and just and move past it. Like, you know what? On to the next grade. I didn't get this one. Let me get the next one.
Yeah.
But all right. So Ashley, go ahead and read from the reason why we should forgive ourselves.
Are you talking about this?
Yep.
Forgiving yourself means accepting responsibility for a mistake, letting go of self-blame and shame, and choosing to move forward with self-compassion and a desire to learn and grow. It involves acknowledging the impact of your actions, making amends where possible, and embracing your flawed yet worthy human nature rather than letting past errors define you.
All right, so I'm going to tell you a story, right? So the other day, I'm at work rushing, right? And while I'm rushing, I'm headed to an elevator because I got to get to a certain floor, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a freight elevator, and then there's a general population, a general whatever, elevator that everybody used.
Yeah.
But the only way you'll know the difference is if you've been there multiple times before. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming that these people, it was a young guy and an older lady, and this is why I feel bad about it. So it was them two waiting for an elevator, and then as soon as the freight elevator world opens up, a guy comes out and I rushes in, and the people that was right there waiting already, they looked at me like, you butthole. Like, we was right here waiting. How you just gonna go in before us? But I didn't realize that they didn't know that this was just a freight elevator. And I wanted to tell them, but then I realized, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll make the situation even worse if I be like, hey, you're in the wrong elevator. So I didn't say nothing. And then the guy was like, hey, man, what's up? I said, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Good morning. And I just kept it like that because I realized I bothered him because I ran in that elevator before them, but yet, even though they shouldn't have been in the elevator anyway because it wasn't an elevator for them to use, I felt bad because at the end of the day, you got to have common courtesy and decency to be like, hey, after you, even though it's not their elevator. So I felt bad. I had to carry that feeling for until lunchtime that whole day. I was like, dang, man, I can't believe I done that lady because it's an older lady. So I'm like, they're not.
With a cane.
She didn't have a cane, but you can tell that may have been her grandson that was kind of helping her out because she was older. Oh. So I felt bad. I was like, dang, I can't believe I done them like that. Yeah, but just caught up in the moment. I was beating myself up, self blame. What you call it again?
Self blame. I do be feeling bad. I do be feeling bad at work because in the midst of me preparing to get ready for the next session, people come in trying to order something right now. And they see you like doing stuff and like unpackaging stuff. And I was like, you don't see me doing this right now. But I go ahead and handle them and what they need and service them. But I do kind of feel bad because I kind of do give off the vibe like I'm bothered by people. And I gotta work on that.
Sometimes, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta, I hate to say this, but sometimes you gotta actually purposely show people you're bothered. Because, like, if they don't think you're bothered by it, then they'll continue to do it. Like, but if you show them, like, oh, this is so annoying. Like, you ever put, like, extra sauce on something that really didn't require extra sauce, but you wanted to be known that it was, like...
Yes. I feel like somebody knows, because I've just been very, like, okay, you do this every day. You come in here multiple times.
Yeah.
I know you don't need no more.
Listen, I'll make a situation more worse than what it actually was just so they can get the point was, hey, this is, like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Just say if, let me think of an example. Just say if I'm driving, right, and it's a car, like, over the line. You know, okay, you know how, like, you're at the intersection, and if it's a car over the line, like, you can still make a turn, right? But you gotta put extra sauce, so you gotta make it look like it's so difficult for you to make this turn because they're over the line now.
Yeah.
Like I do stuff like that. But darn, I had to lit up. Why?
I don't know. You struggling over there, but it's a lot of stuff. Like I feel like I show it now. I used to be good at not showing something's bothering me, but I can't control my facial expressions anymore. I'm bothered.
And we can't wear a mask anymore either.
Yeah. Ooh, but people know when I'm happy because they say my cheekbones show it all. So even if I do have a mask, they kind of know. They know when I'm smiling because mine are so high.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My cheekbones high too. Come on, you're gonna have high cheekbones. I mean, you already got them, but they're gonna be higher. You're probably gonna have cheeks in your ears.
Oh my god.
All right, so the key aspects of self-forgiveness. What we got, Ashley, Angelina?
Okay. Acceptance of mistakes. Recognizing that you are not perfect and that making mistakes is a part of the human learning process. And I feel like I do that. I accept my mistakes now that I make. And I'm not gonna lie, I do beat myself up in those moments. But then I get over it. I was like, I gotta move forward because I'm a human.
Yeah.
Like,
you can't sit in your funk.
You're gonna make a mistake every day. We're not perfect, so yeah, accepting that you make mistakes.
Like me accepting I make mistakes is cool, but I gotta learn how to move past it. Usually I'll sit in my funk for like longer than I need to. There's no time period because every situation is different. Like one situation can only last for 2 hours, 3 hours, and the next situation can last for a whole week, right? Yeah. So it depends on what situation, but I gotta learn how to move past that.
Yeah, you can't sit in your funk for too long.
Exactly.
That sets you back. We only can move forward.
Gotcha. All right, what's next?
Responsibility. Acknowledging and owning your part in the situation that caused the pain or harm.
Yeah. So for me, like, the perfect example for me, the elevator situation where I knew I could have just said, all right, after you was here first. Like, that part was, like, me owning up to responsibility. Like, my actions of me feeling the way I felt didn't have to go that way if I just would have, like, took a moment and then allowed life to actually life because of life would have life the correct way instead of me disturbing it, because when I went ahead I disturbed it. If I allowed life to life, then they would have proceeded first and I went second. And so me owning my responsibility, like, all right, you know what, sometimes you gotta relax, let life life, and you can avoid having that feeling that you felt because you ain't gotta worry about, you know, stepping back.
I guess me owning up to my responsibility is I guess speaking on how I feel. If you don't speak on how you feel in that moment, people don't know, and they continue, like you said, continue to do what they do. Yeah. And if you take responsibility for letting them do that because you didn't take the time to speak up.
Yep. So
you caused your own pain and harm by doing that.
Yep.
So speak up. That's something that I have to work on. Okay. remorse and regret. Feeling genuine sorrow or regret for the actions of their consequences.
I don't know how to relate them to me.
Me either.
All right, skip.
Remorse and regret. Feeling genuine sorrow or regret for actions of their consequences. I don't know about that one right now. Okay, self-compassion. Treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and support you would offer to a good friend or who made a mistake. We actually talked about that kind of.
Who we?
So
We who?
my cousin Taisha.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Taisha, Press on Diva.
Yeah, and her mom, at what's the group called? I forgot.
God darn, when you a part of how you a part of a group and don't even know the group name?
I forgot
That's
how
crazy.
to say it. I don't know how to say it. That's why.
It's in the group.
Do you say Abba's daughters meeting with Restoration Ministries? So they were talking.
Abras.
Abba's.
Who's Abba? I thought it was like short for Abraham. That's why I was like Abra.
So they were talking about empowerment, and I forgot where I was going because I got distracted. I was talking about, we were talking about empowerment and like how we make other people feel empowered. And the real question is, how do you make yourself feel empowered? It's so easy to bring other people up, but how do you make yourself feel empowered? We talked about like the different things that we have going on, and it's just so hard to put ourselves out there, but we're quick to bring other people up and share their stuff, but we don't share our own stuff and uplift our own self. So like that was something that had to do with self-compassion. You know
what I think that is? I think that's like a mental syndrome. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's like a mechanism that was planted in our mental, where we don't boast, because as Christians you don't boast, you don't brag, so you tend to dumb down your achievements, or you tend to like not speak on things that you have.
I definitely don't. I don't walk around telling people, oh, I got a podcast. Oh, I have a YouTube channel. You should check it out.
I definitely don't.
I don't. Half the time, I don't want them to find out.
I don't mind people finding out, but I just don't want to be out there promoting it.
I'm weird. It's like I love being on these platforms.
But let me ask you a question. Like, if you're having a conversation with somebody, right, and the conversation was relevant to what you do, then will you then talk about what you do?
I don't.
That's crazy. I'll take that opportunity to actually say I do that. Like, if I meet somebody, they say, oh, I got a such and such show that I do. I'm like, oh, really? Me and my wife, we got a show called Christians Podcast. You should check it out. I
don't speak on none of my stuff that I got going on. It's like, I like to remain mysterious. If you find me, you find me.
Ooh.
That's how I'm.
Hide and go seek Ashley.
Yeah, mysterious. I don't want people to know my life. Like, I like a private life, even though I'm not private, because this is public. This podcast is public.
You have a life where you desire, like, no extra attention.
Yeah.
You don't seek attention, that's all.
Because I don't want people showcasing that's great. That would be great, but, like, if you think about your work life and them possibly listening to your podcast, so were they talking about me? What were they referring to? That's what I think about. I'm like, no, nobody's talking about you.
No.
So, yeah.
All right, moving forward. Literally.
Okay, choosing to stop being at war with yourself and focusing on the present and future rather than dwelling on the past.
Man, I stay at war with myself.
Ooh.
I be in so many wars with myself, it's crazy. Like, I probably got so many self-inflicted wounds because of, like, just dealing with life. Like, that's one thing I gotta move past. Like, moving forward is
so
easily
hard.
said.
It is hard to move forward.
Especially the ones who be like, why don't you just move past this? Like, why don't you?
Maybe I'm being petty. It seems like I'm being petty with myself. And constantly, the past will always come up. But it definitely needs to just be left in the past. Because how can you really propel forward if you just
prayer is the key, though.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer is the key. Pray to have your mental restored so you can, move fast, move forward. That's always the key to anything, that you're going through. Prayer, conversation with God, conversation with Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Making amends, taking steps to repair any damage caused by your actions.
Okay, so this one I feel like is it contradicts itself, because how do you take time to fix what's broken if you got to move forward past what's broken? Or do you supposed to fix what's broken before you move past it?
Fix what's broken before you move past.
I got a perfect example, right? When you think about math, right? All equations are done by steps, right? You have to follow those exact steps. And if you miss a step, then the answer comes out incorrect.
You got to go back and see where you messed up.
Yep. So in life, when you're dealing with situations, you got to repair all damaged problems before you can move forward and get results.
Yep.
All right.
Learning and growth. Using the experience as an opportunity to learn, grow, and become a better version of yourself. Yeah. Learning definitely equals growth. Because if you ain't learning, you ain't growing.
And if you ain't losing, you ain't learning.
So constantly, you gotta be on your learning game. Because there's so much stuff to learn. Like, it's people out here that say, oh, I can't do this. Oh, you can. Everything literally is at your fingertips. There's just so much out there for us at the tips of our fingers. It's all on the computer. You can look it up. And even with school, like, there's no way that you should be failing. Because there's just too much out there. Like, we didn't have all this growing up.
Man.
If I had all this, I would definitely be at Harvard. I would have been at Harvard.
She said Harvard. But but to back up the current students nowadays, see, back in the day, all we had to do was solve the problem. Growing up, we just had to solve the problem. Nowadays, because they have so much information and technology out there, they got to do more than solve the problem. They got to show how they came up with the answer to the problem.
We showed how we came up with the answer.
Well, not really. Like, for us, when they said it was 2 + 2, we just had to write 4. They wanted to show, like, okay, show me how you got there. Show me
2 dots. And 2
exactly.
dots.
They want to see everything.
4.
So that's like the difference. And when it comes to like language arts or whatever, or social studies, they just don't say, hey, what year was 4th of July commended or something like that. You just can't write a date. You gotta actually write in, like, in such and such a date, because of this war and this bill was passed, yada yada yada. You gotta explain things. So but the information's still there for them also, but it ain't as easy as you made it sound. Like, I just don't want the young kids to come and blow your head off,
Man, they got it easy. Shoot. Especially when it was COVID-19. Y'all that graduated high school.
So COVID-19,
y'all was all on the internet.
Those kids are now in 1st grade. And
I'm talking about the high schoolers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they got out. They made it out. They was lucky. Because, like, everything was literally on a computer screen. The teachers, they had no access to see what you're doing because you're on your computer at home. They're probably, like, Googling everything. They literally could do their test.
That's crazy.
And get an A.
That's crazy. Just thinking about it now, COVID-19 was a crazy time period.
That was a great time period, especially for people in college. Oh, it's like,
That's a lot of people
graduated.
A lot of people died, too.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about education-wise.
Oh, I'm going to sound like, dang.
There's like, hey, graduated. This was an easy semester.
Yeah. But anyways, that concludes this episode of Forgiving Yourself. You got anything else that you'd like to attach to this conversation?
Y'all, just forgive yourselves for any wrongdoing that y'all did in the past. It's time to move forward. And just pray. Know that you are awesome and you are worthy, and that anything that you put your mind to, like everybody says the same thing, you can do it. anything you put your mind to, you can do it. If you want this business venture, please go for it. You won't know if it's possible unless you try. All businesses fail, but you also keep trying and it can succeed.
And don't live in yesterday's failure. All right, so we gon' I forgot what we was talking about. The camera died, y'all. So we are gonna end the show. I think Ashley just gave like a very good speech, and then I was saying something. I forgot what it was. I'm not gonna hold you. You remember what it was?
Nope.
All right, it was Ashley.
Because the camera went out and then I was distracted.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like a goldfish. It's something like a goldfish.
It's not a goldfish. That was a.
Oh.
That was the bluefish.
It was a bluefish.
Yeah, talking about in Finding Nemo, the fish kept forgetting.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a bluefish. But all right, y'all. Listen, we finna wrap the show up. Listen, I appreciate everybody for tuning in with us this week. Make sure y'all go over to the TCY, check out the Crew and You. They are on live on Sundays. So I was thinking about I wasn't thinking about the day. I was thinking about the time because I think recently he just said 7:30. So that's why I was trying to think about the time.
I was like, that's the longest pause ever.
So make sure y'all check them out on Sundays at 7:30. On Wednesdays, I'm not sure if it's 7:30 or 8, but be sure y'all check them out. And then make sure y'all check on Tamika over there at Press on Diva. Did I say her name right? Tamika?
Nope, wrong person.
Okay, well.
Taisha
or Press on Diva. Hey, man, big shout out to Terranique, man. Terranique Pink Diva. I mean, was Pink Diva. Was it Pink Diva?
It was
Pink Diva. Terranique was formerly Pink Diva. She did her thing over there. You know, she wrote us a very warm-hearted message the other day. You know, that's just pretty much encourage us to keep going and keep recording and keep making great content and keep spreading the word the best that we can. So shout out to her for doing that for us. Also, make sure y'all check out who else you got?
I don't know.
Man, make sure y'all check out Faithfully Pressed Juice. It's a lot of people to shout out. Can't think about everybody right now, but charges to my mind, not my heart. Anything else we got?
I don't know.
She don't know.
I don't know today.
All right, y'all. Ashley gonna pray us out. You gonna pray us out? Want to pray us out?
I'll pray us out.
All right, Ashley, pray us out.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us here today. Thank you for bringing our listeners with their listenership. May they forgive themselves for whatever they have going on in life and move forward. And may your angels surround them as they get to work and make sure they make it there safely. And whatever they may have going on in life, may they get through it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I love it. All right, y'all. Peace out. We out.